Hey everyone, this is Vicky from Second Sight Tarot, a branch of wellness. I'm here to do the sign of Cancer for the month of April 2021. I've already meditated on your cards, and please remember that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone, so please take what does and leave the rest. Today I'm going to do the same as I did last month. The spread is the element spread, current situation, how you can move through it through intellect and communication, the emotions that you can connect through it or bring about, and the outcome and or how to move to the outcome. So I do like to use a lot of different cards. I have my tarot cards that I've already picked out. A whole bunch of them came out, so I'm not going to actually use those in the reading because I was only going to pull 4 or 5 of them anyway, and they came out, so I'll explain them to you in a second. Just pull a couple cards here, and current situation for Cancer. Ooh, masculine. Ooh, can't take them all, Cancer. Let me reset here. Things want to pop out. There we go. I'm going to use both of these because they came out together. And one more for the outcome, please. There we go. The bottom of the deck is peace. So finding balance and finding peace right now, or maybe that's where you're headed, or like what you're looking for is to find some grounding or some quiet time or whatever. We'll look into it. I do see a lot of movement here for you. I'm going to pull a couple more cards and then we'll get started. So the overall energy I got was the Chariot, which I'll show you in a second, which is movement and masculine energy. There's a lot of fire, a lot of movement right now happening for you, which seems to be a common theme for every sign so far that I've done for the month of April. One more, please. You're welcome. I'm feeling this bottom. Don't stop. A miracle is around the corner. So for some of you, I would keep going. Don't give up thinking that you're not getting anywhere, because it's not true at all. I think it was pulling me to pull this card, so I was going to pull it. It's just keep going with whatever you're doing right now. You're on the right path. Don't give up. Don't give up. Like, keep going with it. I'm sure that will come up in the reading because it usually does. So I'm going to pull these in a second, but I wanted to show you this. The Chariot. The Chariot is, what number is that? Oh, there's no number on this one. The Chariot's all about like advancement, you know, and progression and moving forward. Kind of like the sevens. Actually, I think it is a 7, if I'm not mistaken. There's no numbers on here, but I think it's Chariot's a 7, which is all about experience and gaining experience and knowledge. So I do think that that's kind of the experience here. Like, either you're gaining knowledge and you're moving forward, or you have the knowledge and you're just saying, like, I'm doing this, and finally I'm moving, I'm going through this. And I think that you're moving through this in a very intuitive way. You know, you're really going with your gut. And I think this is a common theme of this month in April coming up. Like, everybody's just has this drive and this fire to move through something, and using their intuition and like really going for what they want. So that's the overall energy of the reading. I said the room, but it is all the energy of the room right now. So let me just pull these, and this is going to go right here because that's where I feel it. Okay. Good. Intellect and communication, please. Thank you. I feel like weird cards wanting to be pulled out for you. I'm going to go with it. One more. Okay. Emotions, please. Okay, and well, outcome. All right. I don't know what it is, but it's making me want to pull these cards. Bottom of the deck is Vision Navigator. I just had this in the last reading, I think for Virgo. You're the navigator of your own life right now, and you have this vision and you're going for it, and there's no stopping you. It's just the bottom line. Don't let anybody stop you. If it's your authentic path and it's your true path and you feel it, make sure you stay on game. And this is the vision that you're having, and you're going for it. as you should. Really beautiful energy. So there's a lot going on here. Okay. So in the current situation, you have the Ace of Diamonds, which I think are the Ace of Pentacles. It's like new concept, new ideas. Could be a new opportunity to start something financially, to grow something financially. Could be a new job opportunity or a new way of thinking, or maybe you're just wanting to start a different path. But this is all about solitude, or feeling that, or creating that in your life. So I don't know if there was conflict or something going on. The Wizard of Candles is the page of, or the Knight or the page of Wands. I forget what the Wizard is. I'll try to remember. But it's all, I think there was some conflict. It was in reversal, so I think that it's like that's an end. The conflict is ended. And now you have some solitude. Maybe there was a ending of a job or an ending of a relationship, or something came to a halt with this conflict and it's like gone now, but there's I feel like some residual energy still from this, and you're just kind of like healing from that. And now you're finding the solitude, and now it's like this new thing is coming in for you. Maybe a new job, just because of being Pentacles, or a new way of like creating something new, like a new idea to create money. It's a very masculine position, I feel like, or a masculine idea, like very fiery Wands kind of energy. And I think it's like a lot of action, a lot of go, go, go. It's not very nurturing in a sense. It's very like driven to accomplish and create. And that's kind of the energy that I'm getting right now. It's not like a nurturing, caring thing. It's just like I focus and go, get the job done, go kind of energy. Or that could have been in the past, and that's kind of what energy is like stagnant for, or like residual energy that's hanging on. And the freedom is spread your wings. So maybe it's time to like, maybe you weren't like this before, and now you're like saying, you know what, I have to be this way because the other way didn't work. And now you're like ready to soar. You know, you're ready to go. It's time to fly. It's time to create. It's time to move. So I do see very moving energy, very driven, moving energy going on for you right now. I'm going to pull a couple cards to clarify, just to have a better understanding. Freedom card, please. Yeah, there was definitely a storm that's come to an end. It's the storm in reverse for you. I think it's definitely like a solitude period of where the storm left, and now you're like left to pick up the pieces and start something new. I definitely feel that. There's the held is in reverse. I don't know if I want to read that in reversal, but maybe you do need to be held, or you were held for so long and now you're like, I'm done with this. I'm over it. But for some of you, maybe you do need to be felt like you need to have some kind of nourishment and some nurturing love and affection and attention in this type of energy just to move forward. I don't know, depending on what the situation is. And there's a huge transformation going on right now. So something must have definitely, something not so great, or something that needed to happen. A tower moment came down, and the conflict created a lot of the storm, and now it's coming to a halt, and now you're going through this transformation period. And that's a beautiful way to start off. Excuse me, I'm just going to adjust something. That is a beautiful way to start off like the current situation, you know? Now you're like clean slate with some residual, like I said, but I think that'll be worked out. Yeah, so I wanted to see what the overall energy, and you're definitely, so the star card is on the bottom, and that star is all about like a new path, or like a long-term goal and goals that you have. So you definitely feel like this is long-term planning here to shift something that doesn't need to be in anymore here, and you're starting something new, and you really want something different for the future, like nice solid, could be a job like I said, but nice solid opportunity to like really grow the future. So I wanted to talk about that first before we go into the cards that were pulled, because I wanted to kind of see where you were energetically right now before I have a better understanding of these cards. So we already talked about the Chariot. The Six of Crystals is all synergy and gratitude. So right now it is about being grateful for where you are right now, like knowing that things are working in your favor. Crystals are, like I said, the same thing here. The diamonds and crystals are Pentacles, And Pentacles are all about material things, which financial, home, job, like anything in the material world. Was this a 6? Yeah, this was a 6. And 6s are all about overcoming obstacles and perseverance. So there's definitely something here that you are just like saying, like, I'm done in this weird conflict or this weird energy, this weird blockage or obstacles. I'm ready to move forward and to proceed into something new and like create my abundance or create whatever I need to create. The Star, which you already had on the bottom of the deck, it's about peace and healing. Like I said before, the Star is about long-term planning, long-term goals, just goals in general, like really wanting something better, hope for the future, something planning, having hope for something to really shift and to really grow. The 3 of Shells or the 3 of Cups, maybe there's a celebration or like this playfulness or this bliss. But 3 is also about creativity, creating something new, something more enjoyable, something more fun. This could be a new job, a new relationship, a new way of thinking. So definitely keep that in mind in this reading and the month of April to come, that to have a little bit more fun and to look at the brighter side of things. Being creative to create that in your life, if it's not another job opportunity or something that could be a celebration of some sort, but it also could just be long-term planning for something more joyful and blissful. In reverse, the Ace of Shells, so it's the Ace of Cups. So in the past, I feel like this is more of like a past thing. It's happiness and abundance. Maybe you feel like you can't have that, or if you feel like it's like unattainable for some, but it absolutely is. You just have to create it. It's a new path, new beginnings, new concepts. Like you're planning this now. For some of you, you're already on it. You're already moving forward with it. So maybe looking at the brighter side, things, more playful sides, the more like celebratory side of this might help you through this to kind of believe that you can create abundance and happiness in your life. It's about believing this. The reason why I was in this reverse, I think, is because maybe some of you don't believe it, but it's very attainable if you just put your mind to it that you can attain it. So I think that's all that takes. Here's the King of Feathers, which is the King of Air, I think. Logic and Justice. Oh yeah, it's Swords. King of Swords. So this is all about logic and justice. Finding your true path, finding what's your truth, being very logical. The king is very knowledgeable and knowing that you have these things to attain what, to create what you want to create, standing in your power, believing that you have this knowledge, believing that you have this power to do something. I think this is all about mindset and like really believing it. I think that's the only thing that might be holding you back, is not believing it or not seeing it, or having people telling you that you don't have that. Maybe like seeing what your tribe looks like and like filtering out the people that are not on your path right now and on your side. Energy, intensity, passion, power. Like I do feel this may be coming for some of you if you haven't started this already. This new journey is definitely very energetic, very passionate, very blissful. And it's going to show. I just saw like you like exuding this, where people are going to be affected by this. That's what I saw, like almost like an angel, or like, your energy being pushed out. So other people are actually going to be affected by this. Could be at work, could be home, could be friends, could be just people you touch along the way, just from your passion and your drive to want to do better, be better. And releasing what doesn't serve you anymore, so you can have the space to create and receive new things. All this newness and hope for the future and planning for the future. You have to release old patterns that don't serve you anymore, old ways, old habits, old mindsets, negative things, heavy things, so you can make room for the lighter fun, things and new things, new concepts. So we're going to move on to how you can move through this through intellect and communication. So negativity, I definitely think that, and this is releasing negativity, letting go of things, and creating new ways and new experiences, or having the experience to move through this, and release negativity, because you're not gonna get far with holding on to this. It's just what I said, releasing things that don't serve you anymore. It's a perfect example of it, not thinking negative. And maybe that's what's holding you back from really growing your potential for some of you, because you don't believe it. So releasing this negative thought, stop saying the words that don't serve you. You know, like, I can't do this. This is not for me. I don't know enough. I don't feel enough. I'm not good enough. Like, I don't know. The majority of this for me is coming out as like, I don't know enough, or I don't have enough knowledge to like move forward with a new job opportunity, or a new career path, a new love path, a new life path, spiritual path, whatever it is. You know, it's about finding the adventure right now. Like, taking the adventure, taking the risk, letting go of negative stinking thinking, and really creating a really new adventure for yourself. You know, like, having fun. This is all about having fun and finding new ways to live your life. Having the potential. This is potential. 5 is change. This is all about change and having the potential to change something that you really want. Maybe it is more adventure in your life. Maybe it is to let go of negative thoughts and patterns and stuff. You know, and how you say this is in the logic and the way you communicate. This is, to me, this could be people hearing this, you know, or it could just be you hearing it for yourself, like you talking to yourself like this. You know, it's time to change some of these things, to have a new adventure and just let go of like old patterns of ways talking to yourself and disbelieving, and attracting the things that you really want to attract in your life. Being very specific in that, you know, when, where, how, what, and no negative talk because when you somewhat believe this and you put this out in the universe, but then you say like, I'm never going to attain it, it's never going to come, because you have to believe it, like fully believe that you already have it. And that's the key to this. And maybe that's the new adventure you need to take, is like really start to believe in everything is possible. I can attain anything that I want. Nothing will stop me. And the head, logic and evolution. This is all about being more in the head and not in the heart. But lately I've been needing to find a balance between the two, or like really looking at things and how you process them too. You know, like everything that's coming your way, whether it's like spiritual stuff, whether it's like work stuff, whether it's reading a book and how you perceive it, whether it's like intuition, you know, really studying how you articulate it and how you take it in, because this might be a part of the issue or situation that's holding you back, because there's something miswired here with the negative thinking. I don't know. It could be. So I'm going to clarify that just to have some more clarity on that. You can throw a community, vulnerability, and finding balance. So I think that community is a big play with a lot of people right now, finding your tribe, getting connected with your tribe more. But also I think this is like what I was saying before about how people hear you and like perceive you, and like speaking out loud to like for people to hear, like maybe you're gonna help somebody of some sort. I don't know. I'm gonna pull a card on that probably. And then finding balance between head and intuitive, head and heart, finding a balance between that and being vulnerable. That's what I definitely think there's a balance between this. You know, like finding a balance with the head, and then being vulnerable and really putting yourself out there to find a balance. Excuse me. Second time today. Can't get my words out. Something needs to be said. Usually that's about communication. Excuse me. So maybe something needs to be said, or you need to speak your truth, and it's always in the communication category. It's so weird. I think something needs to be said, and it is a vulnerable thing, and it is about finding balance and finding the right people to listen. Excuse me. I swear it's every time I'm up here that this happens. Okay. So there's something, I always listen to that because it doesn't normally happen, and it's always in the communication. So there's something that is not like that needs to come out. Maybe the way you're talking to yourself, or the way people hear you. Maybe the way your friends and your tribe hear you. Excuse me. Maybe you're afraid to be vulnerable. And I think that vulnerability is a beautiful thing, and that it's okay to feel vulnerable, especially with your community. You know, I think that will really support you. But I think that might be a factor in like really moving through this, you know? Anyway, so I'm sorry for getting stuck like that, but I do think there's something to it. I don't know. Can you please clarify the adventure card? So I was curious about that. Yeah, there's something you need to release. This is the second time the release card came out. Maybe there isn't an adventure. You don't feel like there's any adventure because you're holding on to too many things, and it's preventing you from really having experiences in a fun way, maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of heaviness and not a lot of negative thinking that are preventing you from really having these great adventures and experiences and potential. So there's a lot of change for you. I think that you're finally coming to realization that you do need to work on these things maybe, or you're already on the path of this. But you need to release a lot of things that don't serve you anymore. And that's mostly communication and how you speak to yourself, what you hear, how people speak to you, how you speak to people. You know, like that's a big thing. And I only feel this really deeply because I know that's what I need to work on and what I've been working on for the last few years. So that's why this resonates with me, and that's why it came up that way. So I think there's something there. Maybe not for all of you, but for some of you, for sure. I'm going to do one more. So I definitely think there is, I don't know if there's like this conflict with somebody that there was deceit in your past and it prevented you from moving forward, or it's holding you back, or it changed the thought process so that now that's preventing you from moving forward. But there is a message here. It's deceit and message. And I do think that you need to, maybe it's less speaking and more listening in this thing about releasing things. Like maybe there's something you need to see. You know, maybe there is some, maybe you're just, there's the deceit is with yourself too. That's happened a few times in readings where it's like you are being deceitful to yourself without even realizing it. This could very much be like that, but it could be a person or an ex thing that has happened that's kind of kept you held back. And that's the things you need to release. And that's creating the negative thinking and the negative talk. And it's really preventing you from changing and shifting. Or maybe the change is slow because of it. I don't know if this even is resonating. It's just what's coming up, so I'm running with it. But I just feel like there's a message here that needs to be heard, and maybe you should start listening, or maybe it's your message that needs to be heard to the universe, but in a clear way too. But whatever that energy is that is in your current situation that just ended, I know it's so hard to let go of stuff and to move forward, because being hurt really sucks, for sure. In many different levels, on many different levels. But there's something that could be completely freeing the freedom card by releasing this energy and not holding on to it anymore. Maybe that's what the holding card in reverse is. It's like, don't hold on to this anymore. You know? And storms always pass. And I do think that this is very heavy stuff. It's very deep stuff. And I'm sorry that it's such a deep reading. But maybe something needs to be heard. And it's not like crazy stuff that needs to be shifted. But it's a lot of work in order to see things that need to be shifted. So that, in that aspect, it is a lot. But I don't want to give you these messages. But I just feel like something needs to be filtered out a little bit. You know, and seen. In the emotion position, you have protection, will in reverse, and create, nurture your creative energy, and confidence. So I do feel like you could have the confidence to work through any of this stuff emotionally, or maybe you're gaining the confidence, or you need to like see that you have the confidence for it. Just know that you are protected. You're not alone. I think you do have a beautiful community. even if it's a small one. It only takes one person to be your tribe to help you through something, or just yourself, finally saying like, I can do this myself. I'm strong enough to do this. I need to, or like you don't know that and you need to go through this in order to feel strong in the end, to realize that you can lean on your own self. Maybe, will in reverse, maybe there's just lack of will and just not seeing that you have the will to move through this emotionally. I definitely think that to find creative ways to nurture yourself is key. I always promote Reiki because we own the Reiki school. But I just think it does magic doing any kind of energy work, yoga, therapy. I mean, you name it. Acupuncture. I mean, anything really. Massage. But more of like healing stuff, like meditation especially. Sitting with yourself a little bit and really hearing. Because when you sit for a few minutes, I said a lot this last month, like after 10 minutes, 15 minutes, the mind chatter stops and then the intuition takes over. And it really allows answers, like aha moments and answers to come to heal whatever needs to be healed, So sitting still is a really important thing. And finding creative ways to do that. And I do think that you will gain confidence from that, or just seeing like, I can do this will change all of this stuff around. But know that you're definitely protected. There's no doubt about it. And in the outcome or how to flow through it, spirituality, I really do think that maybe connecting with that is important, or maybe that's the goal here, or maybe that's where you're going to be ending up, is finding a spiritual path, or you're on a spiritual path and that's what this is all about. Or because of this trauma or this situation or situations, this will lead you to a spiritual path. And I'm not talking about like just believing in God or anything like that. I'm talking about like spirit with yourself, like connecting with universal consciousness, knowing that we are all connected as spirits, like that kind of spiritual growth, really, really getting to know your true self, your authentic self. That's spiritual growth. It doesn't have to be religion. It's different. It could be, but I'm saying it doesn't have to be if that doesn't resonate with you. I'm definitely more on the spiritual path. So to me, that's connecting of like knowing that I'm all connected with everybody, and like we're in this together, and like really, trying to be a better person, and karma and all, there's a lot of ways to look at it. I definitely do think that you need to release the trauma in reverse. I think it's over, or it's coming to an end, and it's just in you, and you need to release it. You just need to release it. I think this is really, really deep shadow work that you're working on. Very important, deep stuff that is really, really profound. Just hold yourself through it, because this is a lot. It can be scary. It could be lonely. It could be crazy emotions all over, like all over the place, because it's like, maybe I was getting choked up because it's a lot of emotions coming up, and it's like, how do I articulate this? How do I move through this? Just writing it down, journaling, burning ritual, like you light it outside on a safe way, burning what you wrote, or just journaling, or just talking, making a video and just talking, or like writing it out is, I think, it was the best way, because your mind connects to the emotions of it, not texting it so much, but it's whatever resonates with you. And again, you are safe, protection and safe. The universe has got your back. You have 2 protection cards. You are very protected. You're not alone. You're very safe. You can absolutely work through this. You just have to be patient with yourself. Patience. You see the end. You see where you want to go. Have a vision. Have a plan. But be patient step by step, because this takes time to release traumas, to release conflict, to release deceit. That takes a lot of time and healing. But this is the path that you're on, and it's beautiful. It's just going to take time. Be patient with yourself. Be patient. Be patient. It's very important to say that. Because you're worth it. And that's the whole point of this thing, is to release what's going on here. I think it's a lot of great things in the end. And just breathe. Yeah, go with the flow. Go with the breeze. And just flow through things and just breathe. I think maybe meditation or like some energy work or some kind of healing modality might help you. Alternative healing modalities might help you out through this. And keep you grounded and release things faster from the cells. Massage and body work can release a lot of stuff that's traumas and experiences, emotions out of the cell on a cellular level. I'm a massage therapist, so I've been doing this for 22 years. And I definitely feel like every time I get body work done, I can always tell when the emotions are being released or if it's just like muscular. And I'm always like, oh, emotion just released. I don't know what it is, but I feel it coming out of my body. So maybe that's what you need for some of you that wants to connect with that. Wow. It's going to take hard work, but you do use a community, use your tribe to help you through this. Find a community that will help you through this. Like-minded people, and you are strong. You have the strength to work through this. Definitely. You're a strong person. To anybody who deals with something like this and sees their way out of it, or at least tries, super strong. That's what the experience makes us strong. And I'm going to read all these, but I'm not going to get into it. Perseverance is to keep on it. Don't give up. Don't give up on it. Just keep going and be patient with yourself. The moon, seeing things for what they are, the secrets revealed, the truth revealed, even if it's the illusions that you've put in your head emotionally, seeing them for what they were and what they are, not what you thought they were, seeing as truth. It's very important. Rise up. I think that connecting with the universal energy is very important. Binaural beats, like all sorts of cool stuff that you can be doing. This rising up is like coming out from muck, coming out from the darkness. And this literally says this in this deck, like coming out from darkness and like just like, oh, like looking at the sky and just like light at the end of the tunnel. That's what this card is. It's totally where you need to, like where you're headed. I think this is where you're going. Passage. I'm trying to think of what I think the passage kind of means the same thing. You know, like you went through turmoil and darkness, and like you're still moving. You're on the boat there, and you're still seeing the brighter side of things. You know, keeping that spirit and that like light lit in your being. Wildness came out at every single reading. Seriously, so far, this is all about connecting to intuition and to your instinct. Go with your instinct on things. You know, go with your intuition. What is your intuition telling you to do? You know, not always the mind is right. Sometimes it's a bad neighborhood. And keeping the fire lit, because you definitely have fire and energy going on right now. This passion, desire to change something, shift something. Keep it lit. Don't let it burn out. You know, don't let it burn out. Be patient with yourself. I'm going to pull some self-care cards and then send you on your way, Cancer. I'm a Cancer moon, and I can totally relate with a lot of this stuff, honestly. Whoa! All right, I'll give it to you. I'm going to take the ones that popped up, though, not the... All right, that one did too. Flow like water. Go with the flow of things. Just go with the flow. Stay grounded, but just go with the flow of it. Don't try to control the situation or change it. Beauty ritual. Maybe doing something that's self-care that might help you. Excuse me for a second. You got me all choked up, Cancer. I don't know what it is about the reading today. Excuse me. Composing myself. Beauty ritual, maybe painting your nails. Go and get your hair done. Do something that makes you feel better. That's always uplifting. She's just painting her nails. And all colorful. Listen to some music, upbeat stuff. I love listening to drumming and stuff when I need to be like fiery. Or something international I always listen to. But listen to your favorite tunes and just get into a different state of mind so you can move through this. Keep yourself going, you know. Spend time with friends. Community is key. I said that from the beginning. Get with your tribe, and they'll help you through this. And they'll make you feel like you're loved. And if somebody doesn't, then you need to filter out that community. It's fine. Everybody shifts and moves forward, and you don't have to keep everybody. Look for fairies, meaning like start believing that anything is possible. You know? Don't lose your faith in like magic. It's really important. Maybe that will help you through that too. And plan a vacation. This could be a stay-home vacation and really nurturing yourself and getting massages, or do whatever you can, taking walks in the park, or you could do a road trip. You don't have to get on a plane right now, but some people are. But whatever you got to do to get away. We might plan a couple days away, just, a little road trip just to get the hell away from here a little bit, just to change of scenery. Sometimes like stagnation and being isolated for over a year now, come April when you hear this, it's enough's enough. So maybe that's part of this whole thing, has made you see it, but it's also making it harder because you're isolated. So anyway, Cancer, I hope this resonated in some way. Sorry for the heaviness, but that's kind of what I'm getting here. I'm just reading the cards. I hope that you hang in there in the month of April. Stay strong, stay patient, stay grounded, self-love, get rid of negative talk. And I hope you have a great April, and I will see you the next month after that. And thank you so much for listening. If it does resonate, please like and subscribe. I would really like to stay relevant and grow this channel because it's a lot of fun for me and I love what I do. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.